I want to remind you some things about Joe. You know, tonight we honor athletes that pound for pound, inch for inch, might have been one of the greatest ever played at Southern Miss. Joe was a player whose combination of heart, determination, talent, love for the game of basketball made him something very special. He was a player who made an impact on our basketball program and our university by the way he played the game, his respect for the game, and his accomplishments during a brilliant four-year career, both on the basketball court and in the classroom. Joe came to Southern Miss in the fall of 1978 from what I think then was Central High School in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, at 6'3" tall, although Coach Turk and the media guide would always list him as 6'5". He was not a highly recruited player because I think many of the high-profile schools thought maybe he was too small to play up front and maybe didn't handle the ball or maybe shoot the ball well enough to play out on the perimeter. But the Golden Eagle coaching staff saw something special in Joe Dawson and knew he had the type of work ethic that would allow him to help Southern Miss attain many of the goals they'd set for themselves. And they knew he'd be a solid player at the Division I level, but I don't think very many would have thought that Joe Dawson would emerge to be one of the school's all-time best players. Real quick, he was a four-year letterman for the Golden Eagles from '78 to 1982. He was twice named second team Associated Press All-South Independent, honorable mention All-American in both 80 and 81, and 81 and 82. He also did the work in the classroom. He was a third team academic All-American in 1981 and 1982. He's still the fourth all-time leading scorer at Southern Miss with 1,695 points. He shot 58.4% from the floor when he played, second best in Golden Eagle history. He's one of four players in school history to pull down at least 1,000 rebounds with 1,069. He was fifth in field goals made, sixth in free throws made, 10th in scoring average, and 7th in USM history in number of games started. The Golden Eagles, who had not had a winning season since 1969-70, had three while Joe Dawson was playing, including a 20-7 season in 1980-81 that culminated in the school's first ever postseason berth in the National Invitational Tournament. Awesome Dawson, as he became known because of his ability to dominate games, is considered by his coach at the time, M.K. Turk, as one of the two best players he coached during his 20 years at Southern Miss. Coach Turk said recently that if he'd been 6'8" rather than 6'3", he would have been a long and successful player in the NBA. He was an outstanding player and a model citizen, one that was a great role model for the younger kids. Following graduation, Joe began a professional career that spanned 23 years and took him to 6 countries. He began his pro career in the CBA, the Continental Basketball Association, where he was named to the All-Star team 3 times. He was in the top 10 each year in that league in points, rebounds, field goals, free throws, and steals. In 1983-84, he was second in that league for the Most Valuable Player Award. He then spent the next 5 years playing in France, Italy, Israel, Greece, and Venezuela. And starting in 1991, he spent the following 16 years in Israel, where he scored 5,765 points and grabbed 2,539 rebounds. And he only quit playing. He's 51 years old. He only quit playing professional basketball some 3 or 4 years ago. He was elected, as I said, to the Hall of Fame here several years ago, but has been unable to return because of the fact that he still lives in Israel. And up until, as I said, a few years ago, he was still playing professional basketball. He helped to change the course of Southern Miss basketball, and he's remembered by Southern Miss fans, and I'm sure many of you that are here tonight, not only as one of the school's best basketball players ever, but as one of the school's best student athletes ever. He was a player who played the game the way it was meant to be played, and who tonight takes his rightful place among the all-time greats at Southern Miss. So, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. President, I proudly present to you, and and Tim will get you to come back up here. I proudly present to you for induction into our M Club Alumni Association Sports Hall of Fame, Awesome Joe Dawson. Joe.